this tick word? And I was like, what is this tick?
She doesn't
Take it
know what
out.
tick is. She doesn't know what tick. You know, like when somebody says,
But no, I like in that context that they were using it, I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, why are you using it? Because I know I don't use that word.
I use it.
I do too.
Oh, that's why I said it's a Cameroonian thing.
It was a Cameroonian
It's
thing.
not a Cameroonian, it's an English
Because I don't
word.
use that. Like the way that it was formatted in the sentence, it didn't.
It's like you saying you don't use demure, so it's not an English word.
Well, it's not. It's just the fact that I just feel like maybe I don't know.
Is it that thing that says like what makes a person tick? Is that what she's talking about? Is that the word?
Yeah, it's like something tick, like friendship ticks.
Americans.
What is that?
That's exactly what it means. It's like a clock ticks, right? So what makes this thing function? That's literally what.
Oh, okay. So why not use another word?
No, because because it is an idiom.
Nobody's gonna sit here and I'm not gonna sit here and have a conversation with my friend and be like, "Oh yeah, what makes this friendship tick?" Like,
no, that's not. It's now you're not using it right. That's why it sounds funny.
It's a Cameroonian thing.
No, it's not. It's English. It's an English idiom. You Americans, let me do a jib. You Americans, you people are English. You just think because it's not common to you. That's an English idiom.
You Africans, let me tell y'all something. Since y'all want to do Americans, you Africans, let me tell y'all something. Y'all think because y'all went to school, y'all think y'all know better English than us, and y'all don't.
Well, actually, we do.
You don't. You don't.
We do because you don't even know what tick is. So yes, we do. Case in point. Yes, we do.
And then
I had enough of you Africans.
You guys use big words for no reason. I can't even define them. Some of you can't even spell them.
Excuse me.
Hello. Let's start with that.
Excuse me.
Let's start with that.
I don't even like your Africans. Anyways, let's start this. Let's start this thing. I don't even like y'all Africans. Let's start this thing. Let's start this. That's
their go-to move. When they don't have any move, they start saying, "You Africans, you this. Where are you from?" That's their signature move. It's okay.
Just like Democrats.
Let me not catch you.
I'm telling you, AK is a Republican. When I tell you, AK is a Republican, it don't even make no sense. This man is part of Trump's campaign.
I am really not. When I go to vote, I will vote Kamala. But at the same time, does not mean that I agree. Where I actually want to see a woman pregnant. Matter of fact, I want us to keep breaking all these stereotypes, these rules that the world things that exist. Let's have Latino. Then next, let's have African. Next,
they already had one.
No, that one does not count anymore. Let's keep bringing in. That one. That one sold out. He killed Gaddafi. We cannot count him as because now you see Libya. If you see Libya is they did that and then they stole all the gold, and then now Libya is there fighting for their lives. They are like this. No schools, no. Anyways, let's get started. We don't even like politics.
I thought we started already.
Welcome to another Palm Wine Central podcast episode. I am one of yours, Uncle AK. I'm other host, Tutu. What's good with you? T, what's up, man?
What do you do, baby?
Yeah, so man, this episode it's a very special one. First of all, today we'll discuss friendships. One of my favorite topics. We're going to title this one Friendship Files. So bear with us. Hopefully you enjoy this conversation. And yeah, if you've not subscribed to this episode, please hit that subscribe button at the bottom, weekly notifications, and follow us on all social media. At PWC Cast on Instagram and PWC Cast on Twitter and
TikTok.
Yeah. Wait, what's that? I don't on TikTok.
SITM podcast and PWC Cast.
And PWC Cast, yeah. Damn, I'm forgetting. YouTube as well.
Sir.
PWC Cast or at SITM podcast. And both of them, everything on there. And also too, we got a book club. Shameless plug. It's on SITM podcast. Teresa and I and some other folks. We on that. If you like reading books and you would like to join us, please feel free to reach out. Tutu, do you want to join?
Nah, because y'all be reading books in like 2
Somebody
days.
who say she don't know tick. You want to go and give her book.
Nah. First of all, not too much on me. Thank you very much. And on top of that, y'all be sitting here talking about something we about to read a book and then y'all read the book in like 2 days. I don't got time for that.
Nobody reads it. We have a
Yes,
month.
they do. Don't let if y'all
No.
if y'all are watching this, don't let them fool y'all.
No,
They
we
will go
have
ahead
a
and hand out a
month.
book.
We have a month to read a book. So 1 book a month.
Y'all be reading like 4 books in like a week. So please.
Oh,
That's on the side. You know,
That's
some
what's
of us juggle books, but the book club is 1 book a month.
just one, y'all. Don't listen to her. Just one.
1 book a month. So
Welcome, you guys. The books are fun. The conversation are interesting, and yeah. So join us if you can. Shout and yeah. Anyways, man, grab your palm wine. Let's get into it. Friendships. Very fun topic. I don't know about you guys, but this one, it's not so fun for me. But we'll go get into it. So let's start like this. What's the craziest way you've ever started a friendship?
stalk the person.
Stalk?
Stalked. Yep.
You're not.
I saw someone. I saw this guy in class. I just liked his whole thing. And now, yeah, his appearance and everything. He had dreads. His whole demeanor was. I was like, I'm a be his friend. So I stalked, found out. We're in university. Well, college for you Americans. Yeah. So I kind of stalked around, found out what classes we had in common, what did, and then I was like, okay, so this class we have in common. So I made it a duty, one of the classes, ambush him at the end of the classes. Like, hey, I'm the rest. You are? Introduce us. Okay, cool. I'd like to be your friend. Now, this part I don't remember. We're still friends till date, right? But I don't remember this part, but I only remember it because recently we were talking and he was like, damn, you haven't changed. Then he recalled how we became friends. And I was like, I did that? Sure, my bad.
Did you tell him that you stalked him?
Yeah, I did. I was like, yeah, I actually was looking for the opportunity to. Then we didn't have cell phones. So the only way you could meet someone was to plan a meet. So I did what I had to do.
And it worked, didn't it?
Sure did. Come to find out, one of my other friends, he was dating her. And I was like, oh, perfect. Because I went to her house and then she always talking about her boyfriend. And here comes this guy walking. I'm like, what you doing here? What you doing here? And she's like, you
doing here. Not what you doing here. This is my man's house.
So no, I was at the girl house.
And he came to the girl's house.
Yes. Oh. And I was like, what you gonna say? I was like, oh shit, my bad. I almost, but whatever. I guess he's yours. If I'm just playing, but yeah, I think that would be the craziest thing.
Wait,
I have it.
Wait, you have a what?
Oh no, I was gonna say I kind of have a track record with doing something like that. So
hey, yo,
think
stalking?
Not really stalking, but like planning a meet. If I like somebody to be my friend, why would I not go and walk or introduce my plan? You just don't want to stop somebody in any whole kind of way. You want to make it look like you have some sense. Then they can find out later that you stalked them.
Right. After then, it doesn't even matter because the chemistry the bond has already been forged.
Exactly. Yeah. You get it.
So, Tutu, let me ask you this then. We'll come back to that one, but let me ask you this. Has there ever been an acquaintance that turned into a friend for you? And what was your secret sauce into turning that acquaintance to a friend?
Acquaintance that turned into a friend. Yeah, we're gonna have to come back to that because I'm pretty sure I have had an acquaintance, but I can't remember like who. Like, I'm trying to think of out of all my friendships because I don't have a lot of friends, but like somebody that was an acquaintance, I can't remember.
You just say you have a lot of friends. They were not.
No, I said right? I said I don't have a lot of friends. So
they became your friends because they started.
But they weren't acquaintances though.
How did you guys? You just
We
you were
like
just born and you people were just friends. Like
basically at this point, because the girls that I hang out with, we literally met in middle school. So we were in like class.
okay, but that's acquaintance, right? It's like we are not friends yet, but we kind of know each other.
Oh, we
That
just
is
became friends. We just became friends.
that's not possible. But
Yeah, you
anyway,
literally just you know when you literally just
it's
mess
like
with
saying
somebody,
that
you
I
just mess
just
with
became
them.
an adult. Like without like how you just become an adult
No,
where
you
you
literally
were
just
without
mesh
being
with
a
them.
teenager and
Like you just met, like we just meshed, and that was that. Like it was never
nah
no.
tutu that story
I
don't
don't
hold
have
water.
like acquaintances. I think all my acquaintances are acquaintances. Literally.
All of them?
Yeah, like all my acquaintances, they're just yeah, like cordial.
So, man, I have this friend where when we met, let me answer both in one. When we met the very first time, we think it was summer school. It was summer school when I left Maryland and came to Michigan. So when I got into class, I don't know, kind of type of person that wants to sit in class, just let it be silent, that African mentality thing, total silence. But here, of course, there might be somebody who, there's always somebody who's distracting, things like that. And there was, this guy who was just fidgety, always asking stupid questions. Like, dude, just let the lady speak, man. And it was a little lady like this, a prof, little lady. So at some point, I was just like, yo, my man, just shut up, man. Like, shut up. Like, really, zip it. We trying to study something here. And yeah, we started going back and forth, arguing, and to kick both of us out of class. So went out, stood outside, and he was like, yo, you watch soccer? I was like, yeah, who's your team? So I said, man, you. I was like, who's yours? He said, Arsenal. So forgot about the argument that we're having in class and started arguing about soccer. And then after that, well, as we're arguing about soccer, we're loud. So the teacher comes and says, yo, you guys now got to just go. No more class for you guys for the day. Just go. So when we left, we went, we were leaving right across campus. So I went to their, I don't know what to call it here, but student quarter. Let me put it that way. So we lived right across campus, and it was what? It was about 11 a.m. in the morning. It was about 11 in the morning. I was living with my auntie then. From 11 a.m. till 8 a.m. the following day, that I called my aunt like, yo, my bad, I didn't call you, enjoyment, I was enjoying. So the whole time we sat there drinking beer, talking about soccer, everything, in between, catching up on, because it's from East Africa, West Africa, catching up. And then, yeah, later on became really cool friends. So now we've been friends since then.
11 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Child. I feel like guys are automatically friends once you put soccer in the equation. Once you guys start talking about soccer, it's automatic. Oh, we're friends. That's just what it is.
Thing it has to be soccer. You just
It
have
has
to
to
put
be like
you just have to put the same kind of shirts in the equation and they will be friends. It's that simple. You don't even have to go that far.
Wala.
yeah. Guys just is it easy for guys to be friends? Like do you think it's easier?
Yes,
Yeah, I think it is.
Yes, I know. Because sometimes yes, I know. So ones that when there's too much ego, it's hard for friendship to build, right? When two guys decide not to, let me say, give each other grace, there's no room for There's no room for friendship. Meaning, yo, I know that, oh, you this tough guy, but hey, shit, whatever. I know you two this tough guy, but hey, shit. When we come together, put your toughness aside, put your own aside. Let's just have this moment where when we're done from here. I don't care if you like, you go and beat Andrew the Giant. That's not my problem. But don't bring it here. Let's just have cool time. And then that some of the guys that like when you go out, for example, all they want to do is just come and sit and drink, but don't want to chip in. So watch out for those kind of people too in the crew. So there's so much to look out for. But to say you're a friend, I don't know. There might be tons of acquaintances because of again the different types of activities that you want to get into. You have your nightclub friends.
Mm-hmm.
You have your soccer friends. Sometimes your soccer friends are your true friends because you really share that bond with them. Like you guys sit, you talk. You can spend so much time at the field, chopping it up, learning different things. You have people you hike with, you have people you study with. Everybody's not the same. So you just have to find a way to categorize them. But then you have those main ones that are just universal within all those brackets. So I don't know. It's tricky.
I'm glad you said that. First of all, to go back to your thing, when you say you have the friends that like they go out and then they don't chip in, that's called broke nigga syndrome. You can't stand them niggas. Those are the niggas that go out and then like they act like as if they're flexing, like they're spending, but they're really not. Those are the ones that they go to the club and before the check comes out, they disappear and you don't see them again. Broke nigga syndrome. But anyway, back to the
You
whole
mean
like
some girls do?
but I don't think girls do that with like when we get tables. I think they do that with like maybe if they get invited to a section, probably. But like if it's like all girls that go out, huh?
What happens when girls get tables? Tell me what happens. So there's not.
Well, as for me, from my experience, when me and my friends go out and we're saying we're getting the table, we're all contributing. It's never, oh, this person is just gonna come and then they just like we're all because we all collectively made that decision. Like we're going out, we want to turn up, we want to go ahead and be cute. So we all pitching in for the table. It's never gonna be you just now if like we already paid for the table and then we have our one friend that comes like later on, whatever. We're not about to sit here and be like, oh yeah, you have to put in your part. Granted, the table's already paid for. You get what I'm saying? But it's just like if we're going out, when it comes to a section for us, we're all just splitting it. Or honestly, it's either we're splitting it or whoever wants to be nice and generous, then go ahead and pay it. But usually it's we split.
Not to derail, but let me just say this. This is the thing, right? If 5 of us, we decide to go out, all 5 of us are expected to pay, but not necessarily. Why? Because there's always a gray area, right? One person might be down for that week. One person might be down. Just communicate it. Like, hey man, I'm not good this week. No problem. Ain't nobody gonna put a gun to your head. Like, just don't say, oh yeah, I'm good. And then as the night is going, your excitement start going from to now you start looking for ways to run away from this area. No, my man. Because me, as I'm drinking, so I'm also looking for the runaways. I see you. Wait, guy, where you going? That's what cool. I'm watching. I'm not playing that shit. But anyways, things like that. But I don't know if that makes or breaks sometimes friendships. I don't know if because that's how your guy is, you just accept it. You know what I mean? You kind of weigh it, right? Is just this part of this person enough for me to not want them around? Can I walk around this? Can I have a walk around this? Things like that. So again, that's where that acquaintance and friendship really differs, right?
See, but I think in certain areas like that, I feel like as if you have to get to a certain level of friendship in order to get to that space. So like how you were saying, if we go out and like we all collectively said like, okay, let's do this, let's get a table. And somebody in the group says, oh, I don't have it right now. Usually 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be like, okay, I got you. Like, it is what it is. Like, we still want you to come out, but I got you. Like, just like you said, communicate and let us know that you don't have it or whatever situation. Because I'd rather you come out and have a good time rather than you just sit home. Now, there might be situations where, okay, we really all just broke and we really shouldn't be spending this money, but we all out and we just don't got it. Like, it is what it is. But I feel like sometimes when you keep allowing stuff like that to happen, like, if you are the friend to always like cover and do things like that, it's like, okay, there does come a point in time where like, that could fuck up a friendship because it's like, okay, I keep looking out for you, but it's not reciprocated. And not saying that I'm doing things because I'm expecting something back in return, because I never do things like that. Because if I do, I'm going to do it wholeheartedly. But sometimes I might be in a situation where it's like, okay, damn, I want to go out and enjoy too. Or like, maybe I have the funds, but right now I just can't spend the funds and stuff like that. But, if you're not reciprocating that, it's just like, I really have to sit back and evaluate this friendship. Is this really a friendship that I really want to go ahead and, continue?
I was about to say, because that first 10 minutes you made, my heart started beating like, I was like, please just follow up with this other one. Because if I pay this weekend, I beg next weekend, just be fixing yourself to pay. Don't sit down when it comes out and you're looking left, looking right, like you have twin table eyes. I just beg of you. Because I'll be like, guy, what's going on right now? Like, what do you think this is?
Do y'all think there's a limit that's like, okay, if I borrow you this money or if I run you this money, you need to pay me back? Or is there like, okay, like maybe you say like, okay, if I borrow you $100, maybe I'd be like, okay, I'll let $100 slide. But if like it's like more than $100, like if we talk about like 500, nah, nigga, you need to run that shit back. Like, is there a limit, or does it depend on the friendship?
It's the word.
Borrow? Is it borrow or like
Word. If you use the word borrow, that's exactly what you told me. You're borrowing, right? I don't care if it's $1. Give me back. You're borrowing it. You
some
don't
people
care
can
if
borrow, but they won't give back?
well, you said borrow. Now, if you said, hey, I'm struggling and this is a third, let me just, and I got it, I give it to you, I'll give it to you in good faith and just forget about it, right?
Yeah.
But if you use the word borrow, oh yeah, that's a different situation, right?
See
Again,
what
I
you think.
have the choice to give or not to give, right? So
It depends. You have those people who are serial loners, right? So I will not be that person that would enable that habit, right? But on the other hand, to me, I've come to a place where if I have to, even if someone comes and says borrow, if I look at my situation and that's money that I cannot part with, I'll tell you I don't have. It's a simple principle for me. If I cannot afford to to do away with $500, even if you come as a loan, I'm not giving it to you because you are not about to stress me for something that I want back for it. So no, if I can afford it, I'll give it to you and forget it now. Hopefully, I have a lot of faith in you that you will come back and give it to me. But should something happen and you decide that I have to run, I'll ask for it maybe 2-3 times. But after that, it's a wrap. I'm cutting you off. But I've just gone to that place where that's where I'm at.
Makes sense. Yeah. I feel like I shouldn't, like, especially if you come to me and you're asking me to do it. To borrow you. Like you said, there might be some instances where I just look and be like, okay, I can actually manage to like just do this in good faith, and I don't need it back. But if it's like a situation where it's like, okay, like I'm giving you my last and damn, we about to pay rent. I'm not about to sit here and be, first of all, I'm not going to give it to you because you're not about to put me in a situation where now I'm over here chasing you for my money. And it's like, why do I have to beg you for my money at the end of the day? Like, what is because that's the quickest way for me to just be done with you. Absolutely not.
question, you said something key there. I don't know if it's just me because this shit pisses me off. It's the fucking first of the month. Why the fuck is somebody coming to you to borrow money? Are we taking out rent? I don't get it, bro. Like, this shit be really baffling me. Like, it's really the start of the month when you pay all your bills. That's where somebody comes to you and say, yo, lend me $1,000.
Because people know that's when
Sometimes
people
people
have
have
money.
extra.
Yeah, that's when people know that they have money. So they feel like, okay, let me just go ahead and get this out the way while they have money.
And to be honest, if you are in a tight spot does not schedule when it comes to you, right? If you have an issue, it comes when it comes. It doesn't care if it's the first of the month or the 15th. So if someone is in a tight spot and they need help at that time, the best they can do is ask. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Like I said, now if you're a serial loner, now you can miss me with that.
Yeah.
What makes somebody a serial loner?
You don't know those people who are always, can I hold a quick something? It's always, hey, can you spot me? It's like, shit, I know that it's hard out there, but like, what exactly do you do with your paychecks? Looks like you might need Victory's budgeting templates because you're not good with your own money. So what makes you think that you'll be good with the one that I give you?
What if they are like a serial loaner, but they pay you back? So what if they like ask you, like they constantly ask you, but they pay you back?
Those two things never mix. Serial loaners do not pay back like that. They do not mix. I'm telling you the truth. Those two things never mix.
Is it from this thing?
Hey, yo.
I say, since I know you've had a problem with this serial loaner.
I have. For me to have come to that position where I made that choice, it's a serial. They don't pay. Don't worry about it. If you need something that quick, just go and use your overdraft.
I I'm screaming.
safety in your bank. And then,
Try.
I mean, since you're gonna keep paying back, right? Because I'm not always gonna have loose cash like that all the time to give it to you.
Yeah.
Might as well just go to your bank and what they call it, RMA or whatever thing. Just go and have your bank put it for you, swipe and pay it back. Like it's just that simple.
But let me ask you
Yes.
guys, friend zoning. I know that's something that they always speak on when it comes to like dating women, friend zoning guys, this and the third, blah 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 blah. What's the fastest way for a guy to get friend zoned?
When you don't show the effort.
Okay.
But you constantly talk to me about sex.
Jeez.
Ugh.
No, that's not friends. I'm gonna just kick you out.
This is, but
Because
if
you will
okay,
still
but
talk
if you're
about
friend
sex
zone,
as a friend, so negative.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's just, yeah, you're right. Because I wouldn't even make you my friend if you talking like that. You're right. You're right. Let me think. Quickest way to get friends. I'm trying to think of all the niggas I friend zone. Oh,
Wow. Wow.
all
But
the
Take you that long? I'm finding it. You know what I mean? I'm finding it. It take you that long? I'm finding it.
I'm just trying to think. Why would I friend zone somebody? I don't know. I just feel like if I friend zone you, you're doing too much. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, if I'm friend zoning you, I usually if I friend zone you, like you're trying to get to know me. I'm looking at an aspect of, okay, you're trying to get to know me, and then I'm just not interested in you. I'm just immediately just okay. I have a good example. There was this one guy that liked me, and we like were having we were like having conversation and stuff like that. Like we were texting and stuff like that, and then like we met up. And it was not given what it was given in the text messages. Like he was great at communication, like the conversation was great and everything. But then I met him. First of all, we're the same height. That was a red flag. And then two, it's just like it wasn't. It was more like I feel like you'd be better off as my bro. You guys both look so disappointed. But it was given more like no, it really just like when you just vibe with somebody, but you just don't see them in that aspect. Like I don't see you in a romantic aspect. So I just look at you like we're really like I like your company and I like your vibe, but I just like you as a friend.
Okay.
I had to do that recently, not too long. Yeah.
Let me ask this. Let me ask this. Does a guy ever come off friend zone?
Does a guy ever come off what?
Friend zone.
He could.
Yeah, like I could just look at you and just be like, yeah, no.
What?
Wait, what? Come again?
You said, does a guy ever come off like friend zoned?
Yeah, come
right?
on. Like, do you take him off friend zone? Like, during friend zone
Oh,
already?
does he come off? Oh, my bad. I'm thinking, does he like come to you to like? Oh, okay, my bad. Oh, I've thought about it. I've thought about what would happen if I took this nigga off the friend zone, but I put you there for a reason, so I don't think I should.
I mean, the reason it depends. The reason can change.
The reason could change, right? And like I said, I thought about it, but then when I contemplated, I was just like, no, it's not worth the ruining the friendship.
All right, let's talk about work. Let's talk about work buddies. Have you ever mistaken a work friend for a friend, like a colleague for a friend? Let me put it that way.
Mistaken?
Yeah.
I've had a work friend turn into a friend, but I don't think it was a
That's not the
mistake.
question.
It's not a
That
mistake.
was not the question.
It's not a mistake. Sorry.
So much.
No, because not sometimes you could just be at work and you get carried away and you just run your mouth, blah blah blah, and then you are because there's other people, they be sharing a lot, and sometimes it might compel you might forget yourself and you just start running to blah blah, and then be like,
No,
Forget myself.
no, we are
I'm
not
African.
friends.
I'm African. We don't forget ourselves like that.
I don't even like y'all. I don't even want to be here. No.
I'll give you an example. One day we started a team meeting, right? And my boss is the VP. So he's like, oh, this person, one of my coworkers, she took a vacation. She went to Hawaii. Oh, she went to Hawaii. She sent pictures. This person, this pictures, this person. They do that. And he was like, oh, and this person, the girlfriend's dad is sick, and now y'all pray for him. He was going around saying things about people, and he said, Aunt Therese. Everybody sat quiet, and he looks and it's like, what's going on with you lately? I burst out laughing because I'm like, nothing. Like, explain to me why I'm going on vacation and like, I like my boss. You get me? Like, it's cool and all, but I'm not going to no vacation and sending him no damn pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
We're
what.
not friends. We're not friends. I
I
don't
knew
like them.
everything about
Don't want to
everybody
be here.
on the
Yes, that's
team,
how it
but
be though. But you know, it's always the who. It's always them that be sharing their business. Like, cause nobody. Cause I remember we used to do that at my old job at Fox, and we used to have like these check-ins where we'll go around the room, and then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, tell us what's new in your world." Everybody will sit here and be like, "Oh yeah, I just got a brand new couch. Oh yeah, my boyfriend just did this," and like and they'll be like, "Oh, I see what's going on with you," and I'd be like, "Oh, you know, no, just another day living, just coming to work."
simple.
Because you ain't know about a damn thing about me. Absolutely not.
Now,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, I have shared something, right? But it's not anything that, I wouldn't probably talk to someone if I sit next to them in a plane. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Oh yeah, Christmas, like everybody knew my family was back home. Just general stuff. Just so, again, you don't want to sound rude when everyone's sharing and you don't got nothing, right? So I give the most basic and the most general information that I can give.
You'll be surprised. We're sitting in a staff meeting, and my manager has this thing that she would say, "Oh, you guys go around, you share one thing that has been so hooray about the quarter, or one thing that's been so about the quarter." I'm just so got to one of my other coworkers, and he was like, "What am I supposed to do again?" And she did all of that, and he goes, "What is all of that? Like, what is it necessary for you to do all of that?" Like, that alone just takes away the joy of wanting to even answer the question. Everyone's like, "Dude, just answer the question." Where he's like, "No, I'm not answering the question." I'm just like, yo, everybody's just different in this joint, man. And then one of my other coworkers was like, "Yeah, I like my cat and I hate everybody else." I'm like, well, okay, yeah, we got that. Anyways, all that to say, Tutu, what is an unexpected way you've bonded with a coworker outside of work? Let's see if you have, because clearly, I guess you guys have not.
outside of work. Outside of work. I mean, it wasn't outside of work. It was still in work, but we bought Teflon bags when it dropped.
Bought some what?
Teflon bags, like those bags that have the big T in them. Like I don't know if y'all seen them, but it's Teflon, and like they have like the collections drop like every like maybe twice a month, twice a year or something like that. So when they drop, it's like a big collection. So we were at work. Granted, it wasn't I know the question was outside of work, but we were at work, and I was about to like pulling out my card so I could pay for it. And the girl was like, "What you doing?" And I was like, "I'm about to get my Teflon." And she's like, "Oh, I've been wanting Teflon." So we kind of like bonded off of that. She's like, "I just bought." So we bought like 3 bags each and whatever. And we just started talking about that. So ever since that, we've been like that. I don't know. Thought that was kind of cool. Shopping on the job.
I mean, that is considered outside of work. That's nice.
Yeah.
So you got one?
Me, it's always on the drinks. Because nothing
How do
else.
y'all do like
My life out of work is not mixing with you people. I don't care how much I like you. It's
how do
not.
y'all
So
like
the only way we bond is like we go for drinks, smoke cigars. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
y'all
it.
people that do that. Tell me how do y'all go about that? Because
What do you mean how we go about it?
like I don't know. You know, when you go for drinks with some, well, I don't, but when you go for drinks with people, like especially when it's people from your job, you still got the people that's when they get alcohol in their system. Now we know everything about your life. Like now you're telling us
That's your business. If
and
you
stuff
cannot
like that.
hold your
So it's just like,
alcohol, then guess what? I will be poking for the information because you know what else goes well with alcohol? Good gossip.
gossip. Yeah,
So
gossip.
I will poke for the information. That is not my problem if you cannot handle it.
Yeah, I just be sitting there minding my little old business because absolutely not.
I don't know what you're talking about, man, because that's like one of my most favorite moments in at work when I'm drinking top shelf liquor. I don't gotta pay for it. Please count me in. Okay? I am right there. And believe it or not, I am the first person to always be yelling shots. Like when everybody see me do this, I look down this way and I look down this way. All the people sitting, I nod my head. Everybody just knows it's shot time. Yo, bring a round of shots. Bring a round of shots. So, whoever has the MasterCard, so they do this, hey man, it's fair game. You know what I'm saying? So we in there and we order shots. That's how the conversations are going. But this is the most interesting part though. I went to go to the strip club and then we came back at work and we
Wait,
discussing.
you went to check up with your coworkers?
And then we sat there at work and we're discussing about it. And the was like, wait, excuse me? So you guys left and went to a strip club? And then, we're all chatting about it, man. That shit was fun, man. It was
Wow, you got some cool ass coworkers.
But then, but they'll tell me this though. Speaking like in terms of like bonding, right? On a regular day, how like what would attract you to a person to make them your friend?
for me, I have to understand. Well, for me, I have to sense that they can survive or they can live in my environment. They can live in my environment. Like I have to be able to tell that I can live in my environment because if not, then it's just going
Can
to
you expand a little on that because that just went over my head?
I'm not your regular type of person. You know what I mean? I have my own ways, and some of them I'm really pretty stuck on them. And I don't really debate that, you have a problem? All right, cool, man. You're entitled to your opinion, but just be going that way. Let me be going this way. Life continues. We don't have to debate. I don't really have the energy to stand and debate certain things. So yeah, that's just really it. Anything in between, we'll figure it out. But so far, you can understand that and also understand that for you, life will be perfect. And just laugh sometimes, even as much as some people think I don't, but just laugh sometimes. There's a lot in laughter. So
I go off of energy. Like if your energy is good and your like vibe is there, then that's what. Because me, I talk to anybody, any and everybody. Like if I see that you're having a good time, whatever, then I'm just like, like cool. Once you give me the sense of like you're a mean girl, and I'm a girls too. So like maybe if I go out or something like that and I'll compliment a girl and be like, oh, your outfit is cute, or like your shoes are cute or something like that. Like you just basically just give credit where credit's due. And it just gives off the response. Like if the girl is just like an asshole, when you give the compliment, it's just like, okay, you know what, girl, what the fuck you and your damn shoes. But like if not, then I know it's just the vibe. Like when you just get a sense of like somebody is just really cool, then it's just like, okay, well, let's see how this goes. And usually that's how my friendships always start off.
yeah. No, my own starts off cool till I open my mouth.
I can believe that.
Pause. But yeah, they'd be like, oh yeah, this guy crazy. Like, oh my goodness. The ideology, man. And yeah. On some real though, I have this thing I do that sometimes I just like somebody could be talking to me and it's I really want them to stop talking to me and it's hard for me to just tell them to stop. So I just lean into like something very off the wall so that it could just stop talking. But sometimes it turns into an argument. I just like, God damn.
So I use no time to stop talking.
I don't know. That's the thing. I just don't know. For some reason, I find out just like, yo, like you just, I find it hard. So I just create some kind of difficult scenario to help see if they're just gonna leave it alone and instead makes it worse. I'm just like,
Well, some people don't always pick up on cues.
yeah.
So it's like you can give them all the hints and they still will be in your face having a conversation. I have a question. Oh, so my question is to y'all is I just had it, but I just forgot. Okay, universal friends, right? So AK was talking about earlier. AK was talking about earlier how what you call it? Like you have different set of friends, like you have your club friends, you have your like maybe your work friends, you have your main friends and stuff like that. How do you guys deal with that? Do you mesh or do you like, okay, no, we're just gonna separate?
It depends on the individual. If you ask me, sometimes some people they have versatile personality and they can be in various spaces, and sometimes they're not that versatile. So I just keep them where they're most comfortable at being and keep it moving. It's just that simple math.
Okay.
Like you said, energy, right? If your energy cannot vibrate in the space, there's no need to put you in that space. It's just going to be a headache for not just that person, but myself as well, because then I'm going to have to babysit somebody. The fun in that, so no. Yeah. And then my Christian friends, you know what I mean? Like some of them, they're like, like they're so Christian, you feel like they're taking steroid, Christian steroid. It's like, oh, like, yo, bro, calm down, man. It's just not coming anytime soon. Like, we're just hanging out, relax. It's just weed, man. Relax. It's just smoke, man.
That's
Relax.
not the usual environment, probably.
But yeah, they shouldn't have come then. Like
Why
And
did
that
you
is,
invite them?
that's true.
it's just being, I guess modest before they come and say, oh, you did not invite somebody. It was
But
just
they, yeah, that's true.
one of those things that you just extend. And then you both know that you don't have to be here because of X, Y, and Z reasons. So why are you showing up? I was just, I guess, not trying to make this. I was not trying to make this blurred line look like it was blurred or whatever. But yeah, if that makes sense.
But they also too, they could have made the decision to say no.
See,
They could have, because I
Did you
mean,
tell them what they were
what they
supposed
were
to
doing. That's
expect
what I said. Did you?
when they got
Yeah.
there?
yes, they'll be like, who's who? Who'll be there? There's always that question, right? Who'll be there? And then you go this, and then this is the activities. Boom. So if you're coming, come at your own discretion. So now maybe you wanted to come because you really wanted to, but you've not seen some people this like third, and they come in, you see this, and you start frowning your face. Nah, man, like.
Well, if you're inviting them to somebody's house or a kickback or something like that, and then they're gonna say yeah, but they don't. I don't think they expected to walk into a session of blunts just being passed around and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, maybe now I understand why they're gonna be so Christian like, so holy like. Because
Even
if you're gonna invite them to, you say, "Oh, I'm inviting you to maybe somebody's house for a game night or something like that," probably gonna be like, "Okay, cool, whatever." Once they ask a question like, "Who's gonna be there?" This and that, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna disclose and be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, it's gonna be hella drinks and it's gonna be hella blunts, and it's gonna be edibles and da 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 da." All this stuff. Did you disclose that?
I sure do.
Oh, well.
Interesting. I mean, on speaking about those kind of things, right? Like inviting people to places and letting them know thing to you, right? In not just in that scenario, but just in general. What are some um unspoken rules that you hold in friendship that you think it's an to you, maybe it's something an understanding between you and your friends, or just something you hold in your mind, and when somebody crosses that, you're like, yeah, it's a wrap.
This particular one about communication. It's a two-way street. Let's all just learn that two-way street. Like how somebody will come and sit down and take an hour and preach in your ear, and you sit quiet and you listen, you listen, you listen. The minute you open your mouth and say, is. No, you say, I mean, but they cut you short and they start talking again. It's like, now that's abuse of friendship, in my opinion. It's really abuse. You know what I mean? Because I can't expect how you jail my ear for an hour and then just for 2 seconds, you cannot let me, say my thing. And even if I'm sitting around people and I hear somebody say that, I'm the first to sit down, like, yo, Dad, can I just shut up and let the other person to put their point across? Like, that's what communication is about. So for me, I feel like the unspoken rule is you speak, you let the other person speak, you speak, you let the other person speak. And it's like tennis, the ball goes this way, come back this way, go this way, come back this way.
Unspoken rule. If we're going out, nobody gets left behind. Especially when it's like a girls, like if it's just us all girls,
Nobody gets
nobody nobody gets left behind.
What if they wanted to stay behind and have some dick?
If they wanted to what?
If they wanted to stay behind for some dick.
Okay, well, see, in that case now, like I would feel comfortable because I've been in a situation where that has happened, and I will feel comfortable like, okay, well, I need to know like your location. I need to know like you're okay, like check in. Like, let's just check in and make sure that you're okay. I really don't want to leave you, but then again, you're a grown ass woman at the end of the day. Like, I would just feel comfortable, like, you know, just at least checking in. And
what will having their location do if something happens?
I mean, granted, I know where the
She's
last
still
location
gonna,
would be.
I mean, it's gonna still happen.
It is still gonna happen for sure, but like I just feel comfortable at least knowing like, okay, if anything were to happen, God forbid, like we're in constant communication. Kind of just
See,
checking.
I'm not, this might sound very dramatic, but I'm not gonna be friends with somebody like that because you're not about to put me on a witness list on a police report, right? If we're going out as a group, unless it's your boyfriend that you meet at a club, we are all coming home if I have to drag your ass by your leg. I do not give two fucks because I'm not leaving you. I don't care what kind of dick you want. I don't give a fuck. We are going home together as we came. I'm not leaving you with no stranger. You can curse me out, hate me tomorrow. I don't care. We're going back home. I'm not, why would I? Nah. And then something happened. First of all, you're intoxicated. No, I'm not doing that. And
If you're intoxicated, I'm not gonna leave you. If you're intoxicated, I'm not leaving
not
you.
even like they're blackout drunk. Just the fact that you've had a couple of drinks, I'm not leaving you.
Right.
And if you insist on that behavior every time we go out, it's a wrap for me.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you're
because
making it,
you don't value your safety, you're gonna put me in danger as well. I'm not messing with you.
That's true.
Miss me with that. With that.
If you make it like a constant thing, then we're gonna have an issue because at the end of the day, why do you feel like it's okay to constantly when we go out, it's always you want to leave with another nigga? We're not doing that. Absolutely. And that's not somebody that I would want to put myself around anyway. So we would have to have a conversation like, if this is the life you want to live, what's that thing that they say, birds of the same feather flock together? So at the end of the day, it's just like who you surround yourself with. I'm not about to sit here and be entertaining you to be sitting here fucking around with multiple niggas and making this an every week thing. Like we're not doing that. But I do get what you're saying. I totally get that. What's my other unspoken rule?
To have an episode where, we kind of take on some dumb riddles like birds of the same feathers flock together and actually dissect, because you get to a point in time when that shit sounds dumb. Just because I hang around somebody who is an alcoholic does not mean I'm an alcoholic. Maybe we all grew up drinking and I decided to change at some point. Does that mean that we are flocking together?
But if you decide to change, are you still going to hang around that person?
Yes. Just because
why can you not? Was Jesus not hanging around?
No, I'm just asking. I was just asking because when some people decide to make changes, they want to remove themselves from that environment, right? So that's why I'm asking, like, okay, if I'm not saying that you have to remove yourself, but I'm saying sometimes when people decide, like, if you're alcoholic and you decide that you want to change, you want to get help, why put yourself in that same situation or that
to put a pin on that, because we'll come back to boundaries, right? Let's finish this unspoken rule. We'll come back to that part.
Okay. Another unspoken rule. T, what's an unspoken rule for you? What is an unspoken rule?
Oh, for me, it's I'm big on communication.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not with this whole, oh, we're not friends. Even if we don't speak in 6 months, we meet and we catch up. Miss me with that bullshit. Miss me with that. And I tell people all the time, I tell the fans, like, I'm not an airport. You don't just swing and go and come back when you feel like it. We're either friends or we're not. Because to me, how I classify friendships, if I put someone in a friend category, it means you've been with me through at least one season in my life. Now, when you disappear for 6 months, guess what? You're not being a part of my life. You think I'm finna sit down for 3 hours and dissect what has happened for me in 6 months? Hell no. So guess what? When you come, I'm gonna treat you as an acquaintance. And I actually had this conversation with someone. They were like, I'm not big on this and this. I was like, well, then, if you don't want to be my friend, just say that. Because I am big on talking to people. I don't care if we're sending reels, shoot me a text. I woke up today. Are you good? Did you make the day? That's a friend. To me, I don't play that game. I realize that people hide under this excuse that I'm not a texter, I'm not a talker. Fuck that. then you're not my friend. I'm going to put you in the place of an acquaintance. And when you're ready to put in the work to be a friend, hit me up. Because this is my life. And this my life. It's like talking about the whole birds with the same feather thing, right? This is my life that I'm giving somebody access to. You're not about to treat it like this is Walmart. Come in and go as you want. I don't know who you know. I need steady. And let's be honest, friendships was easier when we were younger, right? It's like we share a toy. Our moms put us for play date. This is adulthood. Everything is work. Everything is work. And so if you feel like I am not worth putting in that work as a friend, well, you can take that somewhere else.
Yeah, I agree. Or another thing go ahead, sorry, okay. Another thing they would say is like, apart from the, I'm not a texter, or I don't communicate, or life will be lifing, or life is busy. That shit pisses me off because it's just like, nigga, we all go through the same thing. Life is lifing for all of us. But at the end of the day, I always say like, you talk to whoever you want to talk to. When you're talking to a significant other, or there's a nigga that you like, or there's a girl that you like, you will make it your duty to go ahead and make sure that you hear from them or you talk to them. So why you can't do that for your friend? That's just how I see it. I think communication is very big when it comes to like the whole checking in thing too. Like I'm not saying we need to talk every day, because please, even myself too, sometimes I be tired. But like, if it's not every day, okay, every other day. If it's not every other day, at least weekly check-ins, at least something, like it doesn't have to be, oh, I'm on your line 24/7, because I get it. Life is hard. We're going through shit and whatnot, but it's just like, at least make that effort, like you were saying, to like at least acknowledge like, hey, or my biggest thing too is communication. If you are going through a rough patch and like, you just don't want to talk to anybody, and granted, we are friends, but I just feel like if we're friends, I'm not going to let you go through that rough patch by yourself. But there are people that go through rough patches and they just need time apart. Like, that's fine. Just go ahead and communicate. Hey, friend, I'm going through this right now. I really just want to be left alone, and that's just what it is. I'm not going to leave you alone all the way, because shit, I'm going to be checking in with you. Hey,
right.
I'm still checking in. I know you want your space, but I'm here for you whenever you're ready. That's just what it is. I just feel like people just need to learn how to communicate. And I think a lot of grown people don't know how to communicate when it comes to things like that. Because for me, I take friendship very seriously. So every little thing, and I'm emotional too. So shoot, I mean, I don't know. So that's what
Yeah.
See, I don't think that's part of the problem, right? At least I'll say in my case, that's part of the problem is maybe communication issue or something. But I feel like it's just I don't understand why people think that friendships do not require work. It's something that is beyond me. I don't know. Sorry.
I was just about to add, yeah, like you're speaking just right along the lines. I was really going to say manners. Yeah. Manners. Some shit does not piss me off that somebody who going to text my phone. We've not spoken for 2 days, and you just go directly and ask me a question. I'm not fucking answering that shit.
Oh my God. I always come. And I just come and say, good morning to you too. Like, the fuck?
I'm not even saying that. I'm not answering. I'll answer 2 days later.
Oh, wait, if they don't do what?
You just text somebody and say,
oh, you don't agree?
Are you coming to the
Yeah.
No, I always come and say, good morning to you too.
You know, it's crazy. I'm laughing because which is bad. I do that if I'm mad, like if I'm really upset, but people have been doing it to me lately and it pisses me off. Like it honestly bothers me when you don't start a conversation and it's just like, hey, something like, hi, how are you? So now when I used to do it, and I now think back and be like, nah.
Whether you're upset or you're not upset, right? I said whether you're upset or you're not upset. There's a way when you say hi, I know if you're upset or not. And if I know you're already upset, I already know like you saying hi will not come off, like in a nice way. You might be genuine, right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I understand. But still just going ahead and saying what you're saying, like, bro, if you don't pay my phone bill, the heck, what the heck? Like, chill out, man. And then somebody who gonna text you, you don't respond, they go right into calling you. The fuck are you? Like, relax, bro. Like, I don't care. If God was running and coming and you see him and I told you, tell me that God is coming and you're calling me, you texted me, tell me he was coming, I did not like relax. Maybe I was taking a dump. Very sacred time in my life. I'm not going to pick up the phone and respond to text messages. What is wrong with people? Don't call me right immediately. Pump your brakes. Yeah. Unspoken rules, you know.
Yeah. Unspoken rules. Don't call him when he's taking a dump.
Don't FaceTime me. Don't FaceTime me without asking. Don't FaceTime me without asking me. There's only a certain amount of people that can just call me off the FaceTime and I will answer. Like, but to say everybody FaceTime me, like, nah, at least ask, hey, are you busy? Like, are you free to talk at least? But that whole just randomly calling me, FaceTiming me, I could probably name people that on one hand that can literally just get us on a FaceTime me and I'll be okay with it.
Yeah. I don't give my phone number out without asking.
That's the
That unspoken rules is becoming something else.
I had to cut somebody. I had to cut somebody out for that the other day. Oh my God. Because why are we in this 2024 and you are giving my number out and you are not asking if you could give my number out? Now I have this random ass person calling me and I'm asking you. And the person was very dumb enough to sit here and say, oh, so-and-so gave me the number. So now at this point, both y'all gonna get cussed out. Because why would you even think, like, you're not as smart enough to even say, oh, let me cover the person that even gave me the number. But it's the fact that you sat there and you gave me the person's name, and now I'm cussing both y'all out because why would y'all do that? Oh, man.
That right. That's that boundary thing right there, right? Let's get into it.
No, wait, hold on. Before we get into why that's unspoken rule.
Unspoken rule in trouble. Okay, go ahead.
What that's unspoken rule? Guys, please, I beg. Hey, this is very important, ladies and gentlemen. This is very important. Let's mind ourselves, like let's mind our environment. I don't know the word. Be cognizant of your environment. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my sisters has this idiotic thing that she does where people are sitting watching TV. Like you're
throwing the sister under the bus.
You're really here watching TV, for example, and you are really fixated, like you're really watching, and you hear somebody Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
For real right now, like, so this concentration that you really see somebody is not good for you. You just have to. That's the fastest way to get smacked. I promise you. Anyway. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
That's true. That is true.
No, I'm laughing, but that's a real unspoken. That.
No, man.
But explain to me why there are 6 people in this room and you're taking your call on Parler.
On speaker. Why do I need to hear the conversation?
It's not even in the room. You are taking a road trip.
That's why you want to call your boo.
Yes. So now I gotta turn down the music.
I have literally take her home. Like, give me this thing.
I'll throw your phone out the window.
Oh, the heck, man. No. 12-hour drive. We have to be hearing you the whole drive. Oh, hell no.
No. After a while, I stopped putting up the volume. I did that on my mama. So what you're not gonna do on this road trip is at first it was cute. Prayer call. That was cute. I'll let you have that because you're with the Lord. You hung up, you did that. Now you're talking to your sister. Now you're talking to people back home. You're doing all this other stuff. I put the volume up because you could call me back later. Absolutely not. And then you're shouting. You're shouting as you're having the conversation, as we can't use inside voices. No, ma'am.
Thank you for bringing the prayer one up. Another unspoken rule. Say, for example, there's food on the table. We're about to have this dinner. Please, those who are really starting these prayers, why is this prayer 45 minutes? They pack the food away and let's have the prayer before the food.
Okay, now you're adding unspoken rules in everything. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Breathe in your nose.
Yeah, that's true though.
Seconds.
I agree with you.
Just say. Anyways, okay.
I give my mama a timer. I'm so serious. I give you a timer, and once that timer go off, then that's it.
I'm sorry, God. Like I love prayers. But sometimes people have to understand that, it's not this particular moment that this prayer will change the world. You understand? We're not about to take a road trip. It's not that you want to have an hour prayer. Bruh,
they do intercessory prayer, man.
Wait, you want to pray for an hour? Nah, man, please. 3-4 minutes, tops. God, thank you for this trip about to take. Amen. We will still get there by fire, by force. Please. Like, anyway, still sorry, continue.
Don't show out in front of you. Don't show out in front of your friends for another nigga. You know how you have those friends that like they see a guy and they want to go ahead and they want to be doing too much and they want to sit here and start throwing people under the bus? That irritates me. Like, don't do too much because there's a guy sitting around here. Don't try to sit here and like, I hate the girls that are not girls, and they like to throw their friends under the bus and be like, oh, you did this or did you do that and da 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 da, and you just try to show out in front of a guy. Like, that's just no, don't do that.
Guys do that too.
Yeah, they sure do.
They do.
They sure do.
But anyways, go ahead. What's the next one?
Or the one that will come and see his guy with the shot and he decides that's the one that he wants to. Like, bruv, why are you choosing this type of violence right now? Like, nigga, why? Why? You know, but anyways, okay. See, there are questions I asked. Now you're
Baba, I'm about to draw a line in the sand. Like, it's gonna talk about boundaries, right? In friendships. How is that for you? Is that something that you easily do? Not? Why? Why not? Is there something you've learned?
Tutu, I'll start this one first.
Dang. I was trying to think. You just threw me under the bus. My gosh.
Hold on. Okay, think. Let me see. Let me take a step at this. You know, the honest truth here is people might probably want to say, might probably want him to say, yeah, when I get into friendships, I define boundaries, I do this and the third. Man, lies. I just jump into that thing like Michael Phelps jump into a swimming pool, man, and just say we'll figure it out, you know, as we go. Which is very bad because then it's like all these different things come up and we start bumping heads, you know, here and there. And next you know his relationship goes south when we didn't even do our due diligence, you know, to begin with to define what this is. You know what I mean? So that's something that I personally need to start doing, which I don't even think I really do. Not till some shit really pops off, then I'm like, oh, yeah, time to define some, you know, some boundaries. But in all reality, I really need to take accountability of that portion of my world and define rules and regulations because it will help me not just isolate people, but also not isolate myself too as well. So that's really one.
But you know, like to what you said, in a sense, like in a way, what you said kind of makes sense because you kind of won't really know what the relationship or friendship is unless you like give your wholehearted, right? Like, so if you go into the friendship and like you don't draw no boundaries, you won't know what that person is capable. I know it sounds bad to say you won't know what that person is capable of doing until it actually happens. So when that person now does it, you can now say and say, hey, this is something I don't like. So you can address it right there and then. You get what I'm saying? But if you're addressing a boundary beforehand, it's like you're addressing a boundary and you don't even know that person is capable of doing that. You get what I'm saying? Like I could sit here and give you a list of all the things that I don't want you to do and I don't like. But what if that person don't even do half of that stuff that I don't like? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like maybe when you go into like the friendship, just kind of open arms and like, okay, let's just see how it is. Let's not really put a cap on it. Let's see what we get out of and then because that's happened to me where I have a friendship where something happened and we just started getting really close and stuff like that. But she ended up like lying to me. And everybody knows lying is my pet peeve. But she doesn't know that because we never crossed that bridge. Like we've never meet that crossroad. So I had to let her know, like, hey, if we're gonna go ahead and move forward with this friendship, I need you to know that lying is a no-go for me. That's just what it is. Like I need you to keep it honest and whatnot. So I feel like I agree with what you're saying, AK, but then again, I'm like, I also am with let's see how the friendship goes. And then as it goes, we can be like, okay, this is what I like and this is what I don't.
See, I think I would disagree with you, Tutu, on this. Not in the sense that I think you address boundaries is not a list of things that you give a person, right? Boundaries is no boundaries is that was bad English. A boundary is something, it's something that you don't, there are guidelines that you live by, right? So it's not like you have a list and you tell someone, hey, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like that. That's not what boundaries is. You're probably just listing a bunch of preferences, right? But like you said, sometimes you don't need to address it until someone crosses that boundary, right? Then you have to draw that line in the sand and say, hey, this is it. But you have those principles. That's the main thing. That you do have those principles that in a way, and you're so fixed on them in a way that when someone crosses them, then you know that they've been crossed. So that's how boundaries work, in my opinion. It's not giving out a list of things and no, I don't want to wait for you to lie to me for me to see what kind of stuff you're made out of. You understand? I don't, and in all fairness, people will surprise you, right? It's not like people come pre-imposed with our principles and values and people will surprise you. But I feel like at the end of the day, I have to have those principles for it to be a boundary so that I know when someone is crossing them and it's making the relationship unhealthy for me, because it could be unhealthy, but not for them, right? So I feel like I should already have those principles that I'm not gonna. This is a non-negotiable for me in a friend. And then when those things come up, then you address them. Like you said, they come and you don't know what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? So, but if you don't have those already, but it's not like you're going out dishing out a pamphlet saying, "Here, these are my boundaries." Okay, here, check. I don't think that's how realistically works.
So to go back, just to put a point to what you're saying, and also to go back to something we have mentioned earlier. One thing to that I also hold dear in my friendships is the ability to listen between the lines, right? Sometimes I might not say something verbatim, or I'm saying something verbatim, and you're just supposed to pick it up because, yeah, listening comprehension, I guess. Yeah, I know sometimes it might not sound fair, but shit, like T said, the older you get, this shit becomes harder. Like you have to put in the work. I'm not going to just sit here and give you everything on the silver platter, because then why are you here? You know what I mean? If I'm sitting here, I'm picking up on your clues, like you saying, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. It's not for you to sit down and reason, oh, I don't really know. You're already giving me those. So I cannot sit sometimes and say, oh, we did not define this. If you've said that 1, 2, 3 times, ding, 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 that's a clue in my head. Yo, I shouldn't do that. Now, if I'm doing that, I'm accepting the consequences that come with that. I don't have to sit down and say, yo, Lisa, no, you already know that this person is like that, but you still do regardless, right? So you cannot sit down and act dumb to it. Just accept, and then we can move on from there. It just baffles me sometimes when somebody does not take the time to want to understand somebody, but yet say, I want to be a friend. How does that work?
Because they're mixing the definition of an acquaintance with friendship.
Bingo.
A lot of people, and I had to do this evaluation for myself, right? A lot of people that I called friends were not friends. And I don't care if you've known them for 10 years. You can know someone for 15 years and they're still an acquaintance. There is no depth to it. You guys have not shared nothing. Like, no. So it's easy to get those things, for us to get swept off in the wave of an acquaintance. It's easy. It flows. However, very minimal work goes into it just for you to come and find out this person all these years really has not been my friend. And now you're surprised.
Do you guys think that there's the amount of friends? You said the company you keep, what was that word? The company you keep, something. I forget the remainder of it. But does the amount of friends somebody have determine if they're a genuine friend to you or not?
No, I don't think so. I think the depth of your friendship is based on your capacity as an individual, right? If you have the capacity to maintain deep friendships of 30 people, by all means. Some people can only handle 3 at a time. Some people are in between. So I don't think it's a fair assessment to say, oh my God, you have all these many friends and they're real. Now, if we're talking 100, if you say 100 friends, now granted, loosely, we use the word friends very loosely, right? That encompasses everybody. But if we're to break it down from this person is just an associate, this person is an acquaintance, and this is a friend. Now, if you're talking about a friend, and you counting 50 of them, you got problems. You know what I'm saying? But I think it depends, at the end of the day, depends on the person's capacity and what you are actually defining as a friend, if that makes sense.
All right. Real question here.
That was not a real question.
No, I mean it was, but this one is,
I'm just playing.
let's get real a little bit. All right. We always talk about, friends of the opposite sex when, in relationships. Let's pass that. Let's talk about, can two people who have been sexually involved be friends?
Yes.
Explain now. Explain.
Oh, an explanation. I thought the question was a yes.
No, explain. Elaborate.
I think, like I said before, right? Friendship takes work. And I feel like you can work to make anything what you want it to be. It's just that simple. Now, will it be easy? Absolutely not. Do I recommend? Absolutely the fuck not. But sometimes we have to do hard things. And it also depends on weighing, right? Like
On what? Oh, wait. Okay. Sorry.
on weighing stuff, right? And okay, let me put this full disclosure out there. Let me be vulnerable for a second. I feel like in my lifetime, there are people that have come my way that were meant to be genuine friends. And I've had my wires crossed and made it sexual. That's what I feel like, right? Because they come and they're so genuine, you have this bond, and you mistake like, oh, maybe it's romantic. And then you have it, you get involved with them. At the end of the day, you're like, yeah, they're probably a better friend than if we were to date, right? And I've had that. And sometimes I'm like, damn, I fucked up. But because of the value that this relationship brings to me, I will put my big girl pants on and I will do the work, right? Put my feelings, those things are feelings and emotions. They can go away. You put the work in to cultivate what matters the most. Yes, you two can be friends. And if it's not worth it, then you don't have to put the work to do it. You don't have to see that nigga's face again or the lady's face again. Sorry, I said nigga, but you don't have to see that person's, so I think to me that's where I stand on it.
So what you think? Thank you, T.
I'm not the right person. I don't know. I think it could be done. I just think it takes a very long time. Like you said, it's hard because when you are involved with that person, it's like you're trying to now detach those emotions and those feelings. So like you said, it's just kind of working hard to, like, I guess, get to a place where you feel comfortable, like, okay, I could really just be a true, genuine friend to this person. I used to think that it was impossible, honestly. But, I mean, I've seen people do it, I guess. So, I guess.
Yeah, y'all could go ahead and do it.
Y'all could go ahead. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I'm not going to sit up here and, like, even be a hypocrite or lie. Because, actually, yes, I think it's possible. Because, okay, take, like, my ex, right? We're cool. Like, we were in a relationship for as long as we were, and then now we're just cool. Are we the best of friends?
Hold on, define cool.
Like, that's like my man's. Like,
so if you have something you want to talk out with someone, for example, he would be on that list that you will call.
No.
Okay, so how are you guys?
It's friends? Like, that's my man's, but it's not like, oh, like, we're gonna be on the phone every day. No. Like, it's a boundary. You still gotta put that boundary.
Listen to my question.
Mm-hmm.
if you have something that you need to talk out,
Right.
right? And I say to make a list of 10 people, for example, that you can call and talk this with. Will he be on that list?
Yeah, we could put him on that list.
So you've actually called him to talk something that you
Yeah.
probably going through or you need. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to quantify. Because sometimes we're like, we cool, but what kind of cool? Is
Oh
it
yeah,
someone
no,
that
like
you would call in a
if I need
situation
advice
that
or
would he,
something.
yes, would he hold your hand? Would you want to run something by this person? That's why I wanted to quantify it first.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So we're like, so I feel like, but with that situation, I literally just woke up and I was done. So I don't know. It's maybe like the emotions. It was just kind of just
Okay, let me ask a follow-up question.
pent up.
What's keeping you guys as friends?
Before we were anything, we were really, really like that was like my guy.
Hmm?
So we really actually had a friendship before it blossomed into a relationship.
Okay, so
Yeah.
now the relationship is gone. What's
Right.
keeping you guys as friends?
I guess like the more support. Just kind of being like, if I need somebody to talk to, if I need advice, like from a guy perspective, like what should I do if I have a crush on this person or something, maybe like, some type of that type. Yeah.
So if that's the if you're having such conversations, then why should a woman feel some type of way then to want to break the relationship?
What do you mean?
Because that has nothing to do with a relationship, though.
Yeah, we're not.
It really
Like
doesn't.
I mean, like her feelings, right? Now, what would she let her feelings determine? I mean, like, let her stop talking to her ex if those are the type of conversations. Like, if you go ask him if some other guy,
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
like, I don't know how to put it.
I think your answer is in your question, right? Sometimes our feelings are bigger than the reason why we should be friends with that person. So when you break up, you cut it off, right? You don't have to be friends with that person, but sometimes you guys get to build something that's way bigger than either of your feelings, right? That you decide to stay and put the work to keep that going. And then you know for a fact that, yeah, when it comes to my heart, I cannot trust you, but I can trust you with my life. It's like sibling relationship, right? If your sibling steals your charger and go away, you will call rain and shine, but you will in a heartbeat give them a kidney.
I get what you're saying.
So it's that kind of situation. There are people because it's different functions, right? And people show out differently for different functions. First of all, there's not that pressure of them performing as your partner. That's gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sometimes they're an amazing father but a shitty husband. So sometimes I think at the end of the day you have to weigh the value that relationship, whatever the capacity is, it brings to you, and then you decide which is bigger. Are my emotions gonna be bigger than this thing? Is my ego gonna be bigger than this thing, or is the value bigger than either of them? And if you weigh it, both of you decide that that's what it is, then the relationship will be whatever the both of you decide for it to be.
Come on, T, with the gems.
Yeah, and exes, we don't mix, man. Nah.
You're not friends with your exes? You don't talk to your exes?
No, ma'am.
Why is that? I'm just curious.
All right. Let me put it this way. Let me try to explain it. There is always a situation where they always want to come back.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, yo, just because we broke up does not mean that I can't just be a genuine friend. You know what I mean? Because 9 out of 10 times that's really what I am, right? So don't mistake that for wanting to come back. No, not that. And then sometimes I might fall prey into whatever tricks they got up their sleeves, and then some shit happens. Then my brain goes back to normal, and they're thinking something is about to go, and I'm like, nah, fam, that was a blurb. So once that happens the first time, I know it's bound to happen again. So I just eliminate myself from the equation and disappear.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. No. Yeah. Can do. It's one of those things where well, for me, I feel as though in a relationship, I give my all. So when I leave, yeah, I just gotta go, man. Because yeah, if I stay, I don't know what really the benefit is for me. It's just going to, at some point, I'm bound to cause trouble for no reason. So let me just kind of go me gently before anything. Maybe at some point in time, yeah, we can. But till then, yeah, me too also need time to heal too. So
at that point, say if you do, okay, so if before you get into a relationship, say you guys have a great friendship, like this is like you're like road dog, right? And then obviously it blossoms into a relationship. So at that point, what part do you say, okay, now that we're broken up, I'm just gonna go ahead and just say because we're broken up, it's no coming back. Like, are you weighing the relationship aspect of it or the friendship aspect of it, or you're just saying because the relationship is over, I'm done with it too? Because it seems like as if like if that's the case, then you're just saying fuck the friendship. Was there ever really a friendship? You know what I'm saying?
of course there was a friendship. You know what I mean? There was a friendship, but once breakup come, 9 out of 10 times the woman is more emotional than I am. I'm not about to sit down and be taking your emotions when I also have mine to deal with. Especially if I'm also telling you that I have my own to deal with and you keep pouncing on me with yours. Yeah, I don't know if you think I'm a sponge to be soaking that shit in. I'm a human being too. You need to be cognizant of that. And if you're not, I will show you what it means to be cognizant of something. So I'll literally put my foot and push you that way. Bye. Because you're not taking the time to recognize that you're also talking to a human being. You just want to lash and lash and lash. Who got time for that? So now.
So then that goes all back to saying that maybe you can't be friends with somebody you're romantic with, if that's the case.
You can be, right? But I'm saying that are they also trying to meet you halfway in this, right? We know what the issue is right now. The issue is that we've broken up, everybody's in the emotions, this and the third, da. First of all, even, can we salvage this thing? Like, can we fix this? Is it fixable? Let's start there. If it's not fixable, please, let's all just leave it alone. Let's save ourselves the heartache. Are you in acceptance of what's happening right now? Because some people are in denial. Some people think that this shit is going to, I don't know, magically come back to maybe it can or whichever, right? All these different things. Are you, and also, can you also withstand? I mean, can you also see that this is going to be a journey and give grace where needed? Because it's important. Give grace. If not, is it going to be a one-sided thing? There are different factors you take into, right? So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, let me ask this one question that I think is about to cause a fight. This whole concept of ride or die friendship. What is ride or die friendship? What do you define it as, if that's something you subscribe to?
I don't have one. Or I don't know what ride or die friendship is.
So, ride or die is I don't want to say like a best friend, but in a sense, it's like a best friend. It's somebody that through anything, through thick and thin, they're there to weather the storm with you. Like, it's not no questions asked. You don't have to ask, could you do this? Before you can even finish the question, my answer is, yeah, I'm there with you. Like, it's just I got you, you got me. And like, it's like a best friend, but yeah. And
is it seasonal? Is it
is it seasonal?
No, a ride or die, like I said, a ride or die is through every season, every weather, through thick and thin. Like, that's what the ride or die is.
You got one of those?
Huh?
You got one of those?
I don't have a ride or die.
Are you a ride or die to somebody?
My sister.
She your friend?
Yes, of course. My sister's my friend.
No, she's your sister. Scratch that. She's not your friend.
To have a ride or die. A friend. Oh my God. I gotta like.
A ride or die, isn't it somebody you take a bullet for?
Yeah.
Literally in the name, die.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
If you take a bullet for that person, then
it's somebody you would take a bullet for. Yeah.
You probably never take a bullet for Jesus. Let's not be like. So you know what I'm saying? Let's just
Wow.
See, I say this unpopular opinion about this ride or die thing. I feel like it's a cover for enabling people.
You be starting shit. Explain that.
No, because sometimes be like, she my ride or die person, no question asked, all the while you're enabling toxic behavior, you're enabling attitudes that they're supposed to be changing, you're enabling attitudes that they're supposed to be working on in the name of ride or die, right? I feel like a lot of times when I see ride or die or I hear ride or die, it's in like, this person can do no wrong in my eyes. And I just feel like that's a front for disaster.
I don't think so. I would disagree.
I do think so, because if you're saying this is a no question ask nothing, it means they can do no wrong. If you pull up and say we're going to beat my ex because he broke up with me, it means you're assuming that the breakup was not her fault. You don't care what it is. She was correct.
No, well, to a certain point, you have no. So if you have a ride or die, you're gonna ride for the person, but your ride or die is also you're also supposed to hold that friend accountable. So
okay, but when they say that's my point now. But when they say ride or die, they're thinking accountability. Are they thinking boundaries?
That's when you're having that ride or die, like you have a certain like people's ride or dies is different. You have the people that you have ride or dies that's like, okay, I'm gonna hold you accountable to this and that. You might have those ride or dies that are just like, okay, we're about to go beat up this nigga because he did this and that, and you don't hold that person to no type of standard. But then you can have like you can still have a ride or die, and I can sit here and tell you, oh, we about to go beat up my ex nigga because he did this and that, but you sit here and be like, nah, I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to have you risk what you are working so hard at because you've worked very hard. That also can be a ride or die.
True, but my point is I'm saying that for the most part, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm alluding to. For the most part, it's not taking into account that. And sometimes, let's be honest, when you say something like that, maybe say you reprimand someone or you hold them accountable, they start looking at you sideways like, okay, but you ain't ride or die. Like, I'm supposed to just call you and you jump. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's someone who gives you a pass.
Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I feel like sometimes, for the most part, it's a cover for that.
Okay.
Now,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'll ride with you, but I'm not about to fight somebody for you. I'm not about to start beefing somebody on your behalf. Miss me with all that. Say, oh, if we're really cool, I don't talk to AK, so you don't gotta talk to AK. AK didn't do me nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And we could be the best of buddies, you and I, but AK really didn't do me dirty. Now, I might have seen how he did you dirty. I would treat him accordingly, but you're not about to make me an enemy to AK because you think that we're cool. And no, I'm not doing none of that. I'm not going to jail for your ass. No.
Yeah, I don't know anything about ride or dice. So it's just be quiet to that one.
It's a negative. Now, speaking of that ride or die, but a ride or die. Hey, the rest. Ride or die, right? Let me throw one more popular opinion there. Let's talk expectations in friendship.
Shall we?
By all means, lead the way.
But first of all, ask your question. What about expectations?
That's it, as expectation in friendship, whatever first thing that comes to your mind, whatever, it's an open-ended, you have a blank check. Expectations in friendship.
You know, all right. As much as I want to sit down and lie that I don't expect anything from people, there's always an underline. There's always an expectation. Like I said, morals, you know what I mean?
Bingo.
It's always like, bro, like, okay, one thing that you'll catch me doing is, as a friend of mine, I don't care if you're listening to this and you've seen me do this, just know I did it because you did it too. And if you want to correct it, you correct it first too. But anyways, it goes like this. If you come to my place and you use a utensil and you just go put it in the sink, guess what the fuck I'm about to do when I come to yours? Exactly that. I'm not giving you that respect if you don't give me that respect too. Understand that. Now, if I go to watch something else and you tell me, no, don't worry about it, that's a whole different situation. That's a whole different ballgame. Or, you know what? Forget about the washing. Forget about the washing. That's even going far. You have a cup that you drank from, and you wake up and you go and you leave it there, or a bottle. So I should come and clean for you. Okay, no problem. When I come to you, I want to make sure I put bottles. I just drop them all over the place. Let's see how that feels. If you don't have a problem with it, you're a filthy individual. Just saying.
Too petty.
You know what I mean? But that's like an expectation. Another one, like I said, if you go reach out, man, just say hi first. Just say hi. Yeah, it's very important for me. If you don't greet, you might as well not even make the phone call or the text message, because at this point in time now you are starting war for no reasons. That's a big expectation. What's another one? Man, there's so many expectations. So
okay, let me harness all that for you in one question, right? I know we have this whole concept of, oh, I don't do things so people can do it back to me. Oh, I'm not nice to this person just so, I can be nice to them, in expectation in that sense. What is your take on things like that?
To me, it doesn't really matter, because if I'm doing something, I'm doing it for the bottom of my heart. I'm doing it because that's me, right? But does not mean that I don't have an end point, where I don't have a point where I'm like, okay, fine, like this is the end of it for me. You know what I mean? At some point there's some level of recognition, at least recognize. If you're not going to, not to say the expectation part of matching the same energy, but at least you can recognize it, right? It's like saying, hey, good job in X, Y, and Z, for example. You know what I mean? I might not necessarily do the same, but at least you could recognize that. So, yeah.
But though, if you're saying that you're just doing it because that's you and no expectation, so why do you have a cap?
Why do I have a cap?
Yeah, because just do it till you die.
No, fuck no.
So then you have an expectation for them to match your energy.
No, the cap is more of like, okay, say for example, if I'm constantly, let's say I'm spiritual or religious, right? Constantly wanting to pray with you, for example, as a friend, constantly wanting to, and you keep rejecting. At some point, I'm going to stop. Not necessarily because that I cannot keep going, but I'm just human, man. I'll get tired at some point. I'll feel, I'm going to feel like I'm pouring water on a duck's back. So I'll just back off and be like, yeah, it is what it is. It's not necessarily the expectation. It's more of, yeah, I've tried, and I'm just let it go.
Okay.
It's not fulfilling its purpose. So
I kind of get what you're saying, but I don't think that example holds water, right? Because this is something that you're wanting to just give to somebody, right? I'll give you an example that is, for example, somebody that you're always there for them. Let's use that example. Someone that you're always there for them. Granted, you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart because that's who you are, and blah, blah, blah. And they never reciprocate that energy. Then what?
Is it needed at that time, at that point in time?
What do you mean? Do they need it?
They need it?
Yeah.
Okay, if they need it.
So you show up for them whenever they need.
Yeah. Once they don't need that, I'm not showing up for that anymore. And then let's say, for example, now to like, I guess the question is, if the reverse is true and they don't show up, how would I feel? I'll feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm human, but that in itself does not determine if I should not still show up for them or not. You know what I mean? What would determine really is their looks, how they look. If they look stupid and dumb when I'm looking at them, from the feeling that I have, yeah, 9 out of 10 times I'm not about to do that. But if you don't look that way, I know it sounds crazy, but really, like the look, like your physical look, if I'm thinking what I'm thinking, like, for example, you know how some of, the feelings and stuff, you feel some type of way towards somebody, and they might have been this gorgeous person, but because you feel that way, they're so ugly. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that feeling. Yeah, that's the snip part. They gotta go. I don't know if that answers that question.
It does answer. It just tells me at the end of the day, there's an underlying expectation to me.
I was just about to say that. I said at the end of the day, I think it just goes back to, yes, like I'm always going to do that and I'm not expecting anything in return, but I would feel shitty if it's not reciprocated. I'm not expecting it, but we're just human. So it's like, I'm not doing this because I'm expecting you to do it back. But it's like, damn, acknowledge me too. Like, I have feelings. Just like how you feel good when I'm helping you out, I would like to feel that same way too.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be in every single thing, right? Let's say, for example, if out of five crises, the 2 times I had crisis, damn, is that plural for crisis?
It's crisis.
It's crisis, right? Okay. The 2 times I had crisis and you just didn't show up, okay. And you knew about it and you just didn't do it, show up, okay. Or even acknowledge, like, hey, Ashia goes a long way. You know, it goes a long way. Like, at least just, Ashia, no? Okay, cool. Well, fuck you too then.
See, I think we tell ourselves that to make it hurt less. That I'm just doing this and I don't expect you to do in the return, but I'll feel kind of bad. I think we tell ourselves that to make that hurt less, right? Even God has an expectation, and there's nobody who's gooder than he is.
Facts.
So we cannot in good conscience lie to ourselves and say, I am doing all this, I am sowing. Remember, we talked about friendships being work. Nobody, and I will argue this is a hill I would die on. Nobody on earth put that much work, that much energy and effort into another person and say you don't expect the same. It is something I just think we tell ourselves that so that it's like a pre-shock absorber that, okay, if it happens, then I kind of was expecting it to be. There ain't nobody finna stand on this face of the earth and tell me that you are not pouring into somebody and you're not expecting them to pour back to you. That's a fat lie. And it's a delusion that we're all living in.
That's very true.
I am investing in my friends so that the day I cannot stand on my feet, they will be strong enough to hold my hand. There's no two way about it. It does not make what I do for you any less genuine. You have to. If you don't go to work, you're not getting a paycheck. It's just that simple. You cannot sit and expect a paycheck when you have not put into something. It's simple math. So yes, I have expectations for people. Will they disappoint me sometimes? Absolutely yes. But I own that with my full chest. If I'm investing my time and my energy and I'm listening to you and I'm holding your hand, I expect you to do the same thing for me. Now, not in the same capacity, not in the same gravity. It should not be tit for tat situation like, oh, your mom, like you said, sometimes you can go through something and that person is not available. But damn, let me look through my life and see that you've held my hands a few times.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, miss me with that.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Okay. I mean, from the jump, it's all about defining, again, knowing what type of relationship you're in, right? If you know from the jump, it's easier for you. If you don't, then yeah. But yeah, you make such a great point, and now that I think about it, you know what I mean? Yeah, I've had to just stop talking to people either because they're just, no, I think it's because of just nagging, man. You know, like, I gotta say this. Some people are out there that like to go out. Some people are homebodies. Some people are in between, you know, things like that. I feel as though people need to take the time to also know other people, you know, and their lifestyles and things, you know, and either accept it or find ways around it. Now, there's no reason why if somebody's a homebody, you're constantly telling them, yo, go out. But when you came to a homebody, why are you coming to all of a sudden want to change that? And then you get upset when they don't want to, you know, go out. Like, why are you getting upset? You know what I mean? It makes no sense. So, again, just knowing what you're getting into, why you in there is key, man. Don't go into a place and want to all of a sudden. It's like a girl comes into your home and all of a sudden wants to turn the whole living room around because, oh, it's a woman touch. Nigga, you don't even leave here. Why the fuck you turning shit around? So when you're gone now, who's supposed to be looking at this place? You know, something like that. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
This one is to do. No, okay. I
Well,
don't know.
damn, you're not gonna have nobody help you with help you decorate or something? Like, sheesh.
I mean, according to him, if you live there, then you can.
like, okay, you can ask, do you need help, for example, but just don't take it upon yourself to go and decorate. Nobody asked you to. If I say, okay, I needed help to decorate, it's a different thing. But you just come and see something that was well decorated because it does not suit your taste. All of a sudden, you have to move it around. Why? Find a way to make it taste good for you, or don't taste it, or don't eat it. It's a
He
trouble.
said, don't taste it. This man. I mean, see, let's bring this whole thing conversation full circle, right? Have you ever lost a good friend?
A lot.
And okay, that was too quick, but and if you have, right, how did you end that relationship? What was the ending like?
Just disappear, man.
Damn, you be out here ghosting people?
Just disappear, man. I mean, not ghosting, just it just fades.
Like, did y'all have a conversation that this was ending, or like, was there an issue that got resolved and y'all just went, or you just decided not to talk when you did? Like, throw some context on that.
It would be nice to actually sit down and have a conversation. Actually, it wasn't until I turned 32 that I started telling people like, yo, I've gotten to the end of this road. If we meet in public, hi, cool, shake hands, let's keep moving. But right from this moment, I will not text, I will not call, don't expect it. You know what I mean? And if you call, I don't pick up, don't be surprised, because I'm telling you right now, it's not, oh yeah, this is the end of it for me. And I don't see any problem there. You know what I mean? I just know I'm not going to put in the work. And don't also waste your own time. And then first you come and tell me, oh, I've been doing this and that, and AK is not. No, 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 no. Don't do that. For the ones that, it faded away, you will know, man. Like, it's just one of those things that for me is like, if I say something, like, all right, man, it is what it is, or whatever, once I start using those words a lot, exit strategy. That's not how I communicate. You know what I mean? If I just start being very carefree about things, yeah, that's like, because I'm really intentional about friendships. For the little that I have, I'm intentional about them. The ones that I don't care, I really don't care about. But the little I have, I am intentional about, because those are like my support system. You know what I mean? There's something that there's something that they help me with that keeps me going, and vice versa. But if it's really not there, I don't see the reason why I should keep you around me, and that's just that. Yeah. If you're not occupying a box around me, there is no reason for you to be around, because there's no space. You know what I mean? There's no space. So
Tutu, you got any story there?
I won't say friends. I also look at it as like, if we're no longer friends, I don't know, if we're no longer friends, did we like kind of work hard to kind of salvage the friendship in a sense?
Use a story.
I'm trying to think. I haven't really
lost a good friend like that.
I've fallen out with family members, but not friends.
That would be next week's topic. I'm just kidding.
Not friends, honestly. No.
Okay, hypothetical. Let's say you get to a place like that.
What's that?
Hold on, see. So you've never like had a falling out with a friend?
I've had a falling out with a friend, but like, am I sad about it? No.
It's not about you sad about it. Like,
okay, yeah, I've fallen out with a friend. I fallen out with a friend earlier this year.
Like, what happened?
They were just very disrespectful in the friendship. For example, they came to my house and it was just very much like rude. No, you know how like AK was talking about the whole, like, if you come to my house, the whole dish thing, the whole, like, just basically how you keep your house, or how you would like to, you like people to respect your home, respect my home in that sense. And I'm the type of person that I'm just like, it's just even so much to even deal with, to honestly to even go back with. It stemmed from a whole bunch of, I told you so, don't do something. And I told you don't do something and you still went ahead and did it. You did it and it ended up the way that I told you it was going to end up. And then you come back to me and you're in my ear. I've already told you from jump, I don't want to be involved in it. I said what I said, and that was it. Now that it didn't work out in your favor, you're now in my ear, and it's a whole big thing. So that off of the rip, I was just like, yeah, I'm not about to sit here and deal with that because any little minor inconvenience now in my life, I just don't have the time for it at all whatsoever. And it's just like, I'm not going to keep repeating myself when I've already told you that, hey, I don't think this is best, but hey, I've already said my own. I we started off with that. It just kind of just snowballed into a bigger thing. How disrespect, just not having respect for the friendship or just not even acknowledging the fact that there was no accountability taken. There we go. Just to sum it all up, it was no accountability taken in the situation. And I voiced my issue with that person saying like, hey, this is how you made me feel. And if I'm ever wrong, I will apologize. Granted, it'll take me some time, but I will apologize on my fact that I fucked up and I was wrong. But if I'm telling you this is how you made me feel, and you're not even acknowledging that, and you're just brushing it under the rug, like, oh, you'll get over it, I'm good off of you. So ever since that, I've been good off of it. I honestly don't miss the friendship, honestly.
So did you have like an exit interview, or it was just after um you made your thoughts known, they did not acknowledge it, no accountability was taken, you were like, okay, it's a wrap. But you
Yeah, we
started off
so
again.
we had a conversation. So they reached out, and I was just like, I'm good. Yeah, I was just like, it shouldn't have taken you that long
Right.
to try to rectify the situation because, like, at the end of the day, you didn't care about my feelings, you didn't care about the relationship, you didn't care about the friendship. So why should I care now? This happened damn near how long ago? And now, when it's convenient for you to rectify the situation, that's when you want to come to me. I'm not doing that. So we had our last blowout or our last come to Jesus moment. I said what I said, and I was just like, I don't wish no ill will, but I just prefer that we just don't communicate.
How long were y'all friends before that?
Ciao. He knew me since I was 8 and he was 12.
Ooh, that's
That's like you grew up together. Like families
that
are involved in everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I had this friend. We had sexual relations before, and then to like years later, I guess she had kind of sensed like something was going on between. Oh no, I had attended some event and then seen one of her friends. And it was pretty cool, type shit. And yeah, so she was like, "Hey man, I see you causing over there with my friend. Hopefully, you guys are not this and the third." Out in my head, I was like, "Man, why are you telling me what to do?" You know, like, yeah, but I don't know. The thing in my head at that point in time was like, "Who the hell is she telling me what to do?" So I went ahead and still, I did what she was telling me not to. Yeah, and then when she found out, got really upset. She actually came to have a conversation, and I was just not having it. Oh my goodness. It's like, what? Fuck you, man. Da, 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 da. A few years later, actually, when I decided to actually sit down and open that box and think about it and really look at what happened, transpired, I was like, yeah, ego is a bitch. But now we're cool. Actually went back, had a conversation. I had to decide if it was really something that I wanted to go back and rekindle, and it was something I really needed to. So I had to go back and have that conversation. Yeah, it took some time, but definitely revisited our box. That's one of the few moments in my life when I've actually gone back and visited something and decided to actually talk about it. Which yeah was really strange, but oh well. Yeah, I've shared what naivety.
we the people thank you.
Yeah. Okay, what's your own? What's your own? As we're wrapping up here.
Oh, shoot. I have people lost friends. To me, I think why the relationship ended was not more so was how the issue was handled than the actual issue itself. I feel like as a friend, not just as a person, right? I have this thing where if you actually have enough respect for me, you would be honest with me. To me, that's one of my non-negotiables, right? Don't look at me point blank in the face and play with me like that. That's a negative for me, right? And sometimes girls have this thing where they have an issue with you and they tell everybody else except you. Now, I have zero tolerance for something like that. That means you don't even regard me worthy enough to fix this thing or to even talk to. So I had found out after the fact, they had talked to me and sent me a long list of all the things that I was doing wrong that they've not been happy with over the years. And then they ended up putting, had everybody's name on it. And so I was like, hey, so I reached out to one person and said, oh, they came and they talked to me about this thing. Well, why would they, like, all these years? So you've been looking at me all these years, having been pissed about this one thing, and you ain't told me this. You can, I'm sorry, this might be dramatic, but I feel like someone who harbors something for that long, you can kill a person. I'm sorry. You cannot harbor anger in your heart for that long. And so, I was open up to a conversation and they weren't having it. So I was like, okay, I guess we ain't talking about it then. Deuces, and me and her went our separate ways.
That's nice. What do women really be like?
Say that again.
I said, what does
What does what?
woman beef really feel like? Like woman beef,
woman beef. It's the most childish thing.
Pettiest, the dumbest. It be for the dumbest reasons too.
Stupid shit.
Just dumb. Like, oh, because you wear the same dress as me. Like that type of shit. Like it just be dumb stuff. And it's just
I'll do you one solid. You dress better than me for my birthday.
Oh, that's the biggest one. That's the one right there.
No, like, if my guests wear this at my wedding, I trust my maid of honor to put them out. Like, it is not my response. If I'm going out somewhere, I will show out. If it's your event and you do not take the time to dress that good, and I come and I outshine you, that is not my problem. But women will fight about something like that. They will fight about maybe beef about a picture that you posted that they probably didn't look.
That's an unspoken rule, not to cut you off. That is an unspoken rule. If I look a fucking mess in that picture, you better not post that shit up. You better not post it. Like, if I look a mess,
and you know that picture is going up. You know that picture is going up.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Me, when I take pictures, I'm gonna take a picture of you. I'm gonna show you the picture first. You like this? Boom. I'm gonna put it up. If you tell me I don't like it, my gut is hanging. Oh, you ain't gotta worry about it. Say less. Because at that point, when you're putting up pictures and you know something's wrong, you're trying to be funny. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to be petty and you're trying to be funny. So absolutely not. That's an unspoken rule. If I look a mess, do not post me. That's just what it is.
So you guys don't take jokes?
It's
you know what?
It's like, you know what you're doing.
That's not that part about the picture is not a joke. But I think if I understand what you're saying is, when it comes to women and jokes, tread lightly.
Expensive jokes.
Tread lightly.
Mm-hmm.
Because it might end in a fight.
So somebody like me, I'm always trolling my friends. Like, I should.
No, that don't work in the women camp. It does not. The very few women who play like that. Women, that's not a game that we play by a lot. No. Don't just look at me and be like, man, you got a big head or something. No, please no. That brunch is canceled.
That girls trip is canceled. We're not friends. Like, I could sit here and tell you like, T, bitch, you look a mess. It's a wrap. Because you're not being, I could be laughing from that kingdom come. It's not funny.
Yeah, jokes with women, it's volatile. It's a tricky area.
About that one time, I was about to go with my guy Forbes and I was about to go with my guy falls one time, right? And I really, I put it in, and I came down. I was like, dude, you spend all this time to stand there and wear this nonsense, this nonsense outfit. You remember that, right? This nonsense.
I remember.
I'm like, yo.
Oh no.
I'm like, hey, yo, calm down, bro. What's wrong with you? Like, I had to go change my fit. So a woman cannot take a job like that.
Okay, but see
Some can.
the way you
But
said it was like, okay, but if like because there's been instances where like I've had like a friend wear something and I'm like, I don't really like that. I think you should change. What's your other option? Like it's the way you say it.
Nah,
You get what I'm saying? Like if I'm telling you like
he
she's like
crushed
what like
shit.
if my friend is coming out and be
No.
like, huh?
no, the way that he said it is you can't
It's a
say that. You
no-go.
cannot
Yeah,
say it like that
it's
to
a
a woman.
no-go. Because but y'all have that
You will
friendship. Y'all
you will hurt her feelings.
absolutely not. But if my friend is coming down and she's like, "What y'all think?" I'd be like, what else? What else you got?" Like, I don't really like that, but what's your other option? This and that. That's
And
how you gotta like.
And
But
that's
if
why sometimes it goes on to see, sometimes you see a woman's picture or video on Instagram, you're like, she ain't got no friends. Because we know when she's bent on wearing something, you say something that might end your friendship. So sometimes you just let them go out looking as crazy as they want to save your friendship.
That's crazy.
Sometimes. Now, I'm not saying all women, I say sometimes.
right.
It's a tricky situation. Some women can take a joke.
No wonder. This one time, this one girl asked me, "Don't I look pretty?" And I was like, and she really got upset. I'm like, dude, there's a reason why. I didn't even say you were pretty in the very first time you walked in here. Like, why is it? Why are you begging for compliments? Like,
And I don't know why we keep asking, do I look fat in this? Bitch, you know you look fat in that. What do you want me
If you have to sit here and question yourself, you probably look a mess.
like, do I look fat? It's
You probably
my
just look a
belly.
mess.
Yeah, it is.
Just yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If you don't have real friends that tell you that bitch your stomach is hanging, you're not following my me.
Huh?
Like you have
changed all of
like,
a sudden.
huh?
The volume changed all of a sudden.
Can y'all hear me? I don't know. I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
Can
we can hear you now.
Oh, but no, just like going back to that, like if you have somebody and like the girl is already self like insecure about like, oh, is my stomach hanging, is my so and so this and that, blah blah blah. Like, okay, well, yeah, girl, like, okay, what are we gonna do? Let's help you. Like, how can we help you this and that? But I'm not gonna ever have you go out and you're sitting there kind of like questioning yourself. Like, it's all right, girl. Let's just figure it out at the end of the day.
When you women go outside with no panties,
Hey.
is that sanitary, man?
Sometimes our coochie need to breathe.
Mm. Personally, you know what? Let me not lie. I have walked around pantyless, but I did not leave my house without panties. It might be TMI. Sometimes you go to tingle a little something, you sneeze, and rather than sit in wet panties, and I always carry an extra, but depends on where you are. If you don't have a change, I'd rather take it off than sit.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Did I hear what? This
Conversation has changed. Let's
You
close.
sneeze and you get a little, yeah.
Huh?
It happens. It happens. You literally sneeze and then you get a little.
God, there's
us
a
girls,
lot
yeah.
about the women's world. You
It's like
sneeze.
I don't
You
even
can
need to
laugh.
sneeze.
You can laugh too hard and you
Yeah.
live.
So
I don't even need to sneeze. I can just be sitting
sometimes it's hysterical, like, and then spit comes out. Something to comes out down there too.
like that.
Yeah, a little pee. Yeah,
You could just be wet
because you're in a relaxed mode. Your bladder relaxes a little.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, okay.
It could be pee. It could be like you could literally just be like when you're ovulating.
Right, or you could be looking at your man doing something or whatever.
Yeah, you could literally
it could be whatever, but rather than sit in wet panties, it's been a time or two where I have taken it off.
Oh, that's different.
Oh no! Well, see,
that's what I'm saying. But I'm not leaving my house without panties.
I have. That was only because my outfit. It was one of them outfits where it's like the panties is like, if you wear the panties, it's still going to show. So it's kind of like, yeah. And in that sense, I didn't have the right panty for it because I had traveled, so I didn't bring the right panty. So pantyless it was.
Was it a dress?
It was a dress.
Did it have any cutouts or it was?
Yeah, it had like the cutout. Yeah. So it's like, them dresses where you have the cutout and you can't wear it. Either like a G string or like even that. Sometimes you just kind of got to wing it. Yeah.
Do you like it when men walk around without underwear?
I mean, how would I know?
Right. I cannot tell. I mean, unless he's wearing really baggy pants and he's.
Right.
So you guys cannot tell if a man's wearing underwear or not.
That's what I'm saying. If it's swinging a little too much.
There, then I'm pretty sure. If you're wearing gray sweats or something, maybe we could tell. But
okay. All right. Yeah, I was just curious.
Are guys gonna wear no like underwear with jeans? I think
you've seen Kanye do it.
Who? Oh, really?
You've seen Kanye do it.
No underwear with jeans?
Yeah, you've seen. Oh, you said underwear jeans?
Underwear with no underwear with jeans.
You've seen Kanye. You ever seen Kanye walking around with jeans and his butt crack hanging, no underwear? I mean,
sometimes the butt crack hang at things because the boxers don't go
down or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was somebody standing up straight?
Oh, well, see, I don't know.
I don't know about the male anatomy, but
yeah. I mean, yeah, there's some men who do. I don't know how to do it, but hey.
Okay, good to them.
Anyways, man. If you made it this far, we gladly appreciate it. Yeah, we've been talking for a minute. Hopefully you enjoyed this segment. Please, as always, we appreciate feedbacks. We'd love to hear from you. Share your comments, be it in Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube.
X.
Thank you. Elon's Dr. Enlo. And then wait, what was I even saying again? Oh, yes. Or you could, share your ideas or thoughts with Tutu or T, those people who don't want to leave comments on Instagram. Yeah, keep sharing, we're hearing them, we appreciate it. Keep it going, things like that. But anyways, man, I'm one of your hosts, Uncle AK. Here with Tutu, Therese, the T squared, as usual.
Hey.
We just need another one. Right, but don't worry, this time around we'll go with, double threat. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you guys as always, man. This was a really dope conversation. Hopefully we can find better ways to build better friendships. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. If you don't want to, it's perfectly okay too. After all, there are people who live in bunkers by themselves. So if you want them, hooray! If you want other people who like to be people, please go ahead and be. Anyways, go out and vote. Please go out and vote. Let's start burning ballot boxes. Let's start fighting. Please, some of us came out here for greener pastures. Don't turn these greener pastures back into the pastures that the old pastures that we came from. We came here for peace. So please, let's have peace and let's live in harmony. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.